The last couple of years, I've sat down and realized I need to find someone to love me like I love football. I need to find someone that loves me like I love what I'm doing here on Club Shake.
I like that.
Many passport bros are looking to go overseas to find someone who's fit, feminine, and friendly for the purpose of dating or doing something more seriously, like dating seriously, or even considering building a family. And they're looking for traditional values because those values lend themselves to building stronger family structures. But this is just part of the puzzle. And I think for a lot of guys that think that if I get the beautiful woman or if I get the money, that's going to be the end all be all. And it's a little bit more complicated than that. And as you get older, you start to understand things, or you start seeing life a different way, because as nice, you want to have a beautiful woman on your arm and have a beautiful family and have a lot of money. But there's other things that are more important than that, or should I say, there are other puzzle pieces that are more important, and you have to make sure that those puzzle pieces are in order.
But as for us as passport bros, it's a completely larger dynamic than the woman. A woman is nothing but a cherry on top. We focus on the cake, not what's on top of the cake. And until you all get to the point as content creators, our fellow male content creators, we don't worry about what the women think, but at least our fellow male content creators get to the point to realize that this is bigger than women. Women are like number 10, 12 on the totem pole.
If I had to sum up the biggest difference between pairing methods for people in my generation and younger, and say people my great-grandparents' generation and older, it would be that young men could attract and be paired with a relatively young woman who has had a relatively few number of partners, if any at all, based on his potential and his character. And there would be systems in place that would pair you with a woman who believed in marrying a person for life, and you could build a family on top of that. Now that's gone. And so now gentlemen feel the need to prove themselves to attract a partner if you're not one of the people that do that because you have a certain look that women like. And in that, you prove yourself by acquiring resources or titles, and you think that getting the woman is going to complete everything. And that's not the way to do it, because it looks like this.
Manipulating me. You're manipulating me. You're fucking manipulating me. Stop manipulating me. Stop.
This morning, I woke up today and this morning. In the morning I woke up this morning, I woke up. And remember that every morning that I wake up, I woke up that fucking day. Just remember that.
What?
This is what it looks like when someone is in a situation where they feel like if they lose their significant other, that they can't continue. And this happens when you try and build your life around a person, as opposed to having a life that you create and having a person come into that life as part of it. And this is the mistake that I think a lot of young passport bros make when they go overseas.
If you weren't a professional footballer, what would you have been?
An amateur footballer.
Huh? An amateur footballer. All right. You'd have been broke.
I still play football.
Remember when Andre said,
it's a completely larger dynamic than the woman. A woman is nothing but a cherry on top. We focus on the cake, not what's on top of the cake.
What's so powerful about Henri saying that if he had it to do over again, he would play football as an amateur, is that he's essentially saying that the central puzzle piece in my life is soccer. And I'm going to build all of the other pieces around my life around that central piece, because that is what my passion, my life goal is. And when that central piece is something that you do not have control over, that's the fastest way to finding misery.
You do have some men that are disgruntled because they either had a really bad divorce or they got caught up in the child support system and they need healing. And I'm not encouraging guys to say, I have this great experience in overseas and I did some pay to play, I met me a nice girl. All American women suck. You know, they need healing within themselves.
I think the biggest mistake that many young men make in dealing with women is that they center their lives around a woman. They essentially make that woman the linchpin of their happiness and satisfaction with life. This, of course, means that when the relationship doesn't work or breaks down, as we saw in the earlier TikTok, the man essentially loses his motivation for life, essentially. It's the idea, like from Jerry Maguire when he screamed, "You complete me," that one person is going to be the puzzle piece that's going to give you the perfect life. This is an idea that men need to get away from, especially when you go overseas.
I need to find someone to love me like I love football.
The flip side of the coin, and this is where I think modern women lose, is that for men in the modern age, the journey is just a lonely one. You're going to go through your ups and downs, your difficulties, trying to motivate yourself. All of this is going to be a solo endeavor. Unlike our grandparents, when they had a life-changing moment, they would have had someone to share it with. In the modern age, men have these momentous life-changing moments, and they have to experience them alone. Ask RDC World.
For real, like, only time I felt like an extreme amount of pressure is like 2 or 3 times. It's like, it was LeBron in the locker room, the first one, just because it got 8 million views overnight and I was lost. I was like, what am I supposed to do now?
I'm sure you're familiar with RDC World. They make very clever skits about manga, and of course they make skits about LeBron James and basketball. But what's really interesting is that in his greatest moment, he experienced it alone, aside from his friends, not with a family. He continues.
And LeBron missed a shot or something, and they were not hooping. And I was like, bro, I know LeBron is hot in that locker room. And I literally said, hey, everybody, let's suit up like the Cavs, and let's make a LeBron video. That's literally how it happened.
The plight of men in the modern era is that you're going to go through this process alone. You're not going to have someone that's going to motivate you to say, oh, babe, I know you can do it. I believe in you. You just have to have the motivation to get up and go after it and find that spark that's going to be the spark that makes it happen. But what's interesting is that wasn't his biggest problem. This was.
And it was like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people every other hour. Like, where is the next LeBron video? And I'm like, I made this video on a whim. Literally, I was watching the game. I came out as LeBron. We made that video in like, I kid you not, no more than 30 minutes. Made that video, one take. I went to sleep. I woke up, man. It was at 8 million on Facebook and like 1 million on Twitter already. I was happy. And then once people start asking for the follow-up after the next game, I was like, I am under pressure. Yeah. Like, my team knew I was under pressure too.
For men in the modern era, as illustrated in this story, your first great successes are going to come when you're alone. It's not like our great-grandparents where you would have had this success and you would have had someone supportive to say, I knew you could do it, and it would strengthen your relationship. Now in the modern era, the game has changed for men. And before, where our great-grandparents or grandparents would have centered their life around their wife and their family, we now have to center our life around our dream and then fit in the puzzle pieces around that dream. Like you heard Henri say that he's going to build his life around football. And you heard Andre say that women are the cherry on the cake. This is the game for men in the modern era. You're going to build your life, be it remote work or starting businesses overseas or starting businesses at home or whatever your life plan might be. And then you're going to go to the place where you can complete the rest of the pieces around your life best. I know this is cliche and I'm sure you've heard it before, but I'm going to repeat it because it's so important. You're not trying to go overseas to find a woman that's going to complete your life. You are going overseas to build a life and then have a woman that complements it. This is where Andre is 100% right. You're going overseas to build a life and then you find a wife. In that order. Because if you do it the other way and you're trying to find a woman that's going to make you happy and complete your life, you're headed for misery. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.